Yeah, son, we back over here. And I got the AKG Pt.3 since we naming microphones and whatnot. Nah, go ahead, bro. You go ahead and make your little Lego Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's how important this is. And I know I said it wrong. Yeah, that's my man. He making Legos. He don't want to be on camera because nobody want to be associated with Flat Earth. Oh, Kendrick is. Alright, what's up? I'm Lord Mav, a.k.a. Some Guy. I'm over here by myself, standing on my 2 toes like you told me to do. You thought I wasn't coming back, bro? You thought I wasn't going to defend my point, son? You see the bird in the background? Now that we got that over with, I figured I should come back a little bit more calm because you already know I'm on my euphoria. We peaceful on this side. So listen, I figured I should explain my point because Lord knows he spent 44 minutes acting like I came on the internet and said the earth is flat. Everybody who believes in it is crazy. It's not what I said. It's not even what I said. Now, I'll be honest with you. I had to delete my comments. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like this gonna sound like an excuse. You know, it's gonna sound like an excuse. But what I'm saying is, listen, bro. I left those comments on my regular, real channel, and I know how they do. You know what I'm saying? When you use certain words, you just be getting banned automatically. So I was like, let me delete these. So I'm going to give it to Birdman. That's the first point where you could take that point because you probably didn't get to it fast enough. But guess who got to it? Me, son. Because you think I'm afraid to put these comments up? I'm not. Because I ain't say nothing silly. Now check this. That was me putting it on screen. Had to put in a little edit. What's happening is I never said I believed in flat earth. I never insulted him. I never did any of that. So you see, looking objectively, one person looks like an aggressor. And if you honestly looked at what I'm saying, one person is just calling for essentially universal respect on a platform that essentially forces people to respect only certain groups. If we're looking for the future, or we're looking towards the future to say, we want the ideal place where we can all live without fear being disrespected for only what we believe in. And we're not talking about pedophiles because we saw you bring up a picture of R. Kelly.
Not all ideas should be respected. I mean, think about the people that diddle non-adults. Do you think I need to take their arguments seriously?
And the way that y'all take serious situations and compare it to flat earthers and use that as a reason you should insult them is crazy. R. Kelly, he did whatever he did. He assaulted people, right? You can't say the same thing for the other group. So to compare that is nonsense. So it's a universal idea in America. At least that's the ideal idea. It's to provide respect to anybody who believes whatever they want to believe, as long as they're keeping their beliefs to themselves and those who believe in it. I don't have a problem with you talking about my little stocking cap and disrespecting Brooklyn as a whole from 1984 to maybe 1992. But what I do have a problem with is you pretending not to know that I'm talking about the CinemaSins video, bro. You did it for too long. You went 12 minutes, 16 minutes, still confusing the point. We know what I said. I'm not talking about that. It's not the point. And to take it so far distracted away from what my actual point was and the goal of it, which again was just to say respect people who aren't disrespecting you. You had the nerve to bring science into it. You said, yo, scientifically, I should be able to disrespect these people. Statistically. Now, the way I feel is you straight up pretended that you didn't know what my video was actually about, which was about things that you've said before in scripted videos like CinemaSins, because I don't watch anything else from you. So with my original comment and the video, you would see that I never really had a problem with you specifically. I had a problem with the culture of everything around us and the disrespect that's allowed to happen in an environment where we're supposed to be civil to each other. And being that I didn't see the original video, I probably at the time didn't even know that there was a specific video involved. I might have reacted to the conversation that was at hand, but reading my comments, you would see that I was actually reacting to the culture as a whole. And when you look at the culture, it has a tendency to, without it being a retaliatory thing, it's more like, hey, these are the punching bags of the earth right now, and we can say whatever we want to them without repercussion. The next thing I have a problem with is you pretending that the trans issue was brought up out of nowhere. From the beginning, I linked the trans issue to the flat earth issue, and the only reason being something that everybody should be able to see. When you on social media and pretty much anywhere you go, trans individuals are one of the most protected groups in this country, at least. And in response to that being the truth of the matter, people now make sure that they tiptoe around things that they actually feel. They make sure that they don't insult these people. And the general energy that's carried is that you should let somebody live the way that they want to live. Because truly, if it's all in their head anyway, regardless of if you believe that or not, it certainly might be true for flat earth, but I don't want to say anything definitive because we know where we are. But if it's all in their head, what's the harm it's going to do to you that you need to go out your way? So that's the reason why I'm linking those things. I didn't bring it out of nowhere. If soldiers were the most protected group on earth and you couldn't talk nothing about them on public platforms, then I would have used them as an example. I have no problem with trans people. I want to know why you, who claim to talk about people so much and so frequently and so freely, why is it that you select this one group that happens to be protected and claim this is the one group I don't want to talk about? Now, for me, I believe in God, and I've heard you speak about Christians in the same way you speak about flat earthers. You claim that you make fun of individuals, but based off what I've seen, you make fun of specific groups as a whole, unprovoked. And if it's a CinemaSins video, since I have to state it out loud, in a CinemaSins video where you make these jokes, it is scripted, and you wrote that in the house by yourself. I'm sure you get it now. I feel like every point that I can make about this entire 44-minute video is just going to be me over-explaining myself and repeating the same things over and over, because he repeated the same things over and over. He took an argument that was mostly about respecting people generally, and he made it about flat earth entirely. He went into the sciences of it. He insulted the same group a couple of times. He tried to convince me that the trans issue is only rooted in ideology and it isn't a biological issue. You can't have the conversation about the ideology without first speaking about the biological part, because that's the part that's based in reality. And I said this before, it's fundamentally nonsense on the basis of telling people just because you're born this doesn't mean that you actually have to stay this. And then we have scientists who work on the actual transition process, right? And then you have the scientists who work on the medicine that blocks the hormones. There are scientists littered all around this situation. What you're talking about is the actual act of a person believing that they are trans. That's an ideology. Everything that goes on around that allows them to behave as if their ideology is for fact reality, all of that around that is science. Every single part of it is science. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have to consult scientists and doctors to get it done. If it wasn't changing culture and changing society, then nobody would speak about it in school, just like they don't teach you the earth is flat in school. They don't teach you that God exists in school. So apparently anything that's not factual and reality should not be here. And I don't think we should be picking and choosing definitively what group we as a whole should be disrespecting freely. That's where I stopped talking.